Indonesia, a breathtaking expanse of more than 17,000 islands, forms a sprawling archipelago that arcs gracefully across the equator. Each island, from the emerald jewels of Raja Ampat to the volcanic giants of Java and Sumatra, is a unique fragment in this immense natural mosaic. These islands, scattered across the meeting point of the Indian and Pacific Oceans, create the largest island nation on Earth, a realm where land and sea intertwine in endless variety. This extraordinary geography has fostered a living laboratory of evolution. On sun-baked savannas, the formidable Komodo dragon prowls with ancient patience, while in the untouched forests, birds of paradise unfurl their iridescent feathers in elaborate displays. These creatures, found nowhere else, are the result of millions of years of isolation and adaptation. The separation of each island has allowed rare and remarkable animals to evolve in splendid seclusion. The elusive Sumatran tiger moves silently through dense rainforest shadows, while the diminutive Sulawesi anoa, a forest-dwelling buffalo, navigates the tangled undergrowth, each species perfectly attuned to its singular environment, each a living relic of evolutionary ingenuity. Indonesia straddles the legendary Wallace Line, a biogeographical boundary where Asian and Australasian wildlife converge. In these forests, the haunting calls of cockatoos echo through the canopy, while the Javan leopard glides through dappled light, embodying the evolutionary crossroads that define this region. The habitats here are as diverse as the islands themselves. Towering rainforests, their canopies shrouded in perpetual mist, rise above the land. Volcanic mountains, their slopes alive with geothermal energy, shape the terrain with every eruption. Along the coasts, tangled mangrove swamps serve as nurseries for countless species, while beneath the waves, vibrant coral reefs shimmer with life, forming some of the richest marine ecosystems on the planet. Each environment demands its own suite of extraordinary adaptations. Agile monkeys leap effortlessly between branches high in the rainforest canopy, their limbs perfectly evolved for life above the forest floor. In the mangroves, mudskippers glide and hop between land and water, breathing through their skin and gills. On the rugged volcanic slopes, Timor deer pick their way across treacherous terrain, their hooves gripping the loose ash and rock. Deep sea channels slice through the archipelago, forming natural barriers that isolate populations and drive the emergence of new species. These underwater corridors, dark and mysterious, are highways for marine life and boundaries for terrestrial creatures, fueling an explosion of biodiversity. Indonesia's rainforests, veiled in morning mist, are among the planet's most vital lungs. These ancient woodlands exhale vast quantities of oxygen and lock away immense stores of carbon, playing a crucial role in stabilizing the global climate and nurturing life far beyond their borders. Along the island fringes, coral reefs burst with color and movement. These underwater metropolises shelter a dazzling array of fish, crustaceans and invertebrates. The reefs act as natural breakwaters, protecting the islands from the force of storms and provide sustenance for millions of creatures, both above and below the waves. From the tiniest insect camouflaged on a dew-laden leaf to the immense whales gliding through the deep blue, every living being is a vital thread in this intricate ecological tapestry. Each species, no matter how small or grand, plays a role in maintaining the balance of these wild places. The balance of these ecosystems is both delicate and complex. Predator and prey, plant and animal, are woven together in a web of life that has evolved over millennia. Every interaction, from the silent stalk of a predator to the flowering of a rare orchid, is a testament to the interconnectedness of this wild realm. To truly understand Indonesia's wild world is to witness the intricate connections that sustain life here. It is to appreciate the profound importance of these islands, not only for their own inhabitants, but for the health and resilience of the entire planet. This astonishing biodiversity is more than a spectacle of beauty. It is a living system, essential to the Earth's vitality and resilience. Every bird, every tree, every reef is a testament to nature's power to adapt and endure. Protecting Indonesia's wild places is not just about saving rare species, it is about safeguarding the future of life itself, ensuring that the wonders of these islands endure for generations yet to come. Deep within the emerald labyrinths of Sumatra and Borneo, the Sumatran and Bornean orangutans move with a silent, contemplative grace. Their amber eyes, shining with the wisdom of millennia, scan the ancient forest for subtle changes, each glance a testament to their profound intelligence. These great apes, draped in shaggy russet coats, are not only among the most intelligent non-human animals on Earth, but also living archives of the rainforest's secrets, their very existence intertwined with the fate of these primeval jungles. Orangutans are unrivaled masters of the canopy, spending nearly their entire lives suspended above the forest floor. Their elongated, powerful arms, stretching up to 2 meters, allow them to traverse the tangled lattice of branches and vines with astonishing agility. Every movement is calculated, every leap a product of years of learning and memory, as they navigate a world where a single misstep could mean disaster. These thinkers of the treetops are renowned for their ingenuity. Orangutans are one of the few non-human species to use tools in the wild, selecting and modifying sticks to extract insects, honey, or seeds from hidden crevices. Their cognitive abilities extend to an extraordinary memory, enabling them to recall the locations and fruiting cycles of dozens of tree species. This knowledge ensures they arrive at just the right moment to harvest a bounty, a skill passed down from mother to offspring through years of close observation and imitation. Sharing this verdant realm is the elusive sun bear, the smallest of all bear species, yet a formidable climber and forager. With its sleek black coat and distinctive crescent-shaped chest patch, the sun bear is perfectly adapted for an arboreal lifestyle. It ascends trees with ease, using its curved claws to grip bark and its acute sense of smell to locate food sources hidden high above the ground. The sun bear's long, curved claws are perfectly engineered for tearing into rotting logs and scaling vertical trunks. Its remarkable tongue, which can extend up to 25 centimeters, is a specialized tool for extracting honey from deep within beehives and termites from narrow tunnels. This adaptation allows the sun bear to access food sources unavailable to most other rainforest dwellers, making it a crucial player in the ecosystem's balance. Both orangutans and sun bears serve as vital gardeners of the rainforest. As they feast on a diverse array of fruits, they inadvertently disperse seeds across vast distances. Some seeds pass through their digestive tracts, emerging ready to germinate, while others are dropped as they eat. This constant movement and seed dispersal ensure the regeneration and genetic diversity of the forest, allowing new life to flourish in the dappled sunlight. On the shadowy forest floor, the gaur, Asia's largest wild cattle, moves with a quiet, deliberate strength. Towering above the undergrowth, these gentle giants can weigh over a ton, their massive horns and muscular frames a testament to their evolutionary success. The gaur's presence is felt in every rustle of grass and every deep, resonant call that echoes through the jungle. Despite their imposing size, gores are peaceful grazers, shaping the landscape with their constant browsing. By maintaining open grassy clearings, they create vital habitats for countless other species, deer, birds and insects, that depend on these sunlit patches for survival. Their herds act as ecological engineers, subtly sculpting the rainforest's structure and diversity. Each of these remarkable animals is exquisitely adapted to its ecological niche. Orangutans reign in the lofty canopy, sun bears excel at climbing and foraging in both trees and on the ground, and gores dominate the forest floor with their sheer presence and influence. Their coexistence is a delicate balance, each species contributing to the rainforest's intricate web of life. Together, these giants and thinkers form a living tapestry, an interconnected community where every species, from the smallest insect to the largest mammal, plays a unique and irreplaceable role in sustaining the rainforest's vitality. The fate of these extraordinary creatures is inseparable from the fate of the forest itself. As the rainforest thrives, its canopy unbroken, its rivers pure, so too do its most iconic inhabitants. Their survival is a barometer of the ecosystem's health, a living indicator of the rainforest's resilience. Every movement, every meal, every journey through the trees or across the forest floor weaves another thread in the web of life. This endless cycle of growth, decay and renewal sustains not only the giants and thinkers, but the entire rainforest community. The orangutan, the sun bear and the gar, each a living symbol of Indonesia's wild heart, stand as guardians and architects of this green kingdom. Their presence is a reminder of the rainforest's ancient legacy and its enduring mysteries. Their continued survival is a testament to the rainforest's resilience and abundance, a living legacy shaped by millions of years of evolution and adaptation. The intricate relationships they maintain with their environment are the foundation of the forest's enduring vitality. To protect these extraordinary creatures is to safeguard the very soul of Indonesia's wild places, a promise to preserve the wonders of the rainforest for generations yet to come, ensuring that the giants and thinkers of the forest continue to inspire awe and wonder in all who glimpse their world. As twilight descends upon Sulawesi's ancient rainforest, a pair of luminous eyes emerges from the shadows. The tarsier, no larger than a human hand, awakens, its colossal eyes perfectly engineered for the pitch-black night. Each orb, heavier than its brain, captures the faintest glimmer, granting the tarsier unrivaled nocturnal vision. With silent precision, the tarsier propels itself from branch to branch, its elongated digits gripping the bark. Every leap is a calculated pursuit, as it hunts moths, beetles and small vertebrates, guided by acute hearing and extraordinary night vision that detects even the faintest stirrings in the undergrowth. Its head pivots nearly 180 degrees, granting a panoramic sweep of its shadowy domain. This remarkable flexibility allows the tarsier to scan for both prey and lurking predators, ensuring its survival in the dense, tangled forest. As the first rays of dawn filter through the canopy, the forest stirs with new life. The long-tailed macaque emerges, a master of adaptation, seamlessly navigating the labyrinth of mangroves. With practiced skill, it plunges into brackish waters, foraging for crabs and shellfish, its dexterous hands prying open shells with ease. In tightly coordinated groups, macaques communicate through a sophisticated repertoire of calls and gestures. Together they scour the forest floor and riverbanks, foraging for fruits, seeds and small creatures, their collective vigilance a shield against hidden dangers. Their adaptability is unrivaled, allowing them to thrive in a mosaic of environments, from the dense heart of the rainforest to riverbanks and the very edges of the wild, making them one of Indonesia's most successful primates. High above, the treetops shimmer with movement. Sulphur-crested cockatoos glide between branches, their powerful beaks expertly cracking open the toughest nuts and seeds. These birds are not only strong, but display remarkable intelligence, using their beaks as tools to access hidden food sources. Cockatoos are celebrated for their problem-solving prowess. In the wild, they manipulate sticks and leaves to extract insects or seeds, while their complex calls echo through the canopy, maintaining contact and reinforcing the unity of the flock. Each of these extraordinary animals, tarsier, macaque and cockatoo, has evolved distinct strategies to flourish in Indonesia's rainforests, their specializations reducing competition and enabling harmonious coexistence in this vibrant ecosystem. The tarsier's unparalleled night vision, the macaque's aquatic agility and the cockatoo's inventive intelligence each define a unique ecological niche, weaving a complex web of life within the forest. Their daily activities shape the rainforest itself. Tarsiers regulate insect populations, macaques disperse seeds, and cockatoos contribute to canopy regeneration, each playing a vital role in sustaining the ecosystem. Together, these animals uphold the delicate equilibrium of the rainforest, supporting a resilient and intricate web of biodiversity. From the silent nocturnal hunter to the resourceful daylight forager and the ingenious architect of the canopy, these are the true masters of Indonesia's wild rhythms. Their interconnected lives reveal the rainforest's hidden complexity, demonstrating that even the smallest creatures are essential threads in the living tapestry of the wild. By protecting these remarkable animals, we safeguard the astonishing diversity and enduring wonder that define Indonesia's pristine rainforests. Deep within Indonesia's emerald heart, a vast network of rivers and swamps weaves through the rainforest, shaping a world where water is both a barrier and a lifeline. These waterways are the rainforest's veins, delivering nutrients and sustaining a dazzling array of life forms uniquely adapted to this ever-changing environment. Along the tangled riverbanks, the proboscis monkey stands out as one of the rainforest's most remarkable residents. Its oversized nose, a feature found only in this species, acts as a resonator, amplifying calls that echo through the dense foliage. But it's not just their noses that set them apart. Their partially webbed feet make them powerful swimmers, allowing them to cross wide rivers in search of food and safety. Living in close-knit family groups, proboscis monkeys leap from high branches, plunging into the cool water below with astonishing agility. They forage along the banks for tender leaves, unripe fruits and seeds, their diet perfectly suited to the seasonal rhythms of the floodplain. Their social bonds are reinforced through grooming and play, vital for survival in a landscape where danger can lurk at every turn. Beneath the surface, another specialist waits, the false gharial. With its long, slender snout, lined with needle-sharp teeth, this elusive crocodilian is perfectly engineered for life in the water. Its cryptic coloration and patient stillness make it nearly invisible among the tangled roots and floating vegetation. For hours, the false gharial remains motionless, blending seamlessly with the muddy riverbed. When a fish or small mammal ventures too close, it launches with lightning speed, jaws snapping shut in a fraction of a second. This ambush strategy is the key to its survival in these murky waters. Gliding silently beneath the water's surface, the reticulated python is the undisputed giant of these wetlands. As the world's longest snake, it moves with stealth and grace, using heat-sensing pits along its jaw to detect the faintest warmth of passing prey, even in total darkness. When opportunity strikes, the python coils its muscular body around its victim, suffocating it with relentless force before swallowing it whole. Its diet is as varied as the rainforest itself. Monkeys, deer, and even wild pigs fall prey to this formidable predator, which reigns supreme in the waterways. Each of these extraordinary animals is a testament to the power of adaptation. The proboscis monkey's aquatic skills, the false gharial's stealth, and the python's predatory prowess are all finely tuned responses to the challenges of life in the wetlands. Together they form a complex web of interactions, each species playing a crucial role in maintaining the ecosystem's delicate balance. The proboscis monkey's distinctive nose and webbed toes, the gharial's elongated jaws, and the python's heat-sensing pits are all evolutionary marvels, solutions honed over millennia to master the challenges of a world ruled by water. These rivers are more than just channels. They are the lifeblood of the rainforest, supporting a vibrant tapestry of creatures, from the tiniest fish darting among submerged roots to the largest reptiles basking on sunlit banks. In a healthy river, life flourishes. Fish weave through underwater forests of roots, birds nest in the safety of overhanging branches, and amphibians fill the dusk with their chorus. Every creature depends on the purity and abundance of these waters. The clarity of the water and the lushness of the vegetation are signs of an ecosystem in perfect harmony. Here, every species, from the smallest insect to the mightiest predator, has a role to play, each one contributing to the health of the whole. These guardians of the waterways are living proof of nature's ingenuity. Their survival is intimately tied to the health of their environment, and in turn they help maintain the balance and vitality of the wetlands. The presence of such remarkable animals is a sign of a thriving ecosystem, where diversity flourishes and the intricate web of life remains strong and resilient. Protecting Indonesia's wetlands is vital, not only for these extraordinary creatures, but for the future of the rainforest itself. Every drop of water, every stretch of river is a sanctuary, safeguarding the legacy of life in one of the world's last great wildernesses. Across a remote archipelago sculpted by volcanic fire, a legendary predator commands the parched terrain. The Komodo dragon, colossal, sinewy, and clad in a fortress of rugged scales, moves with a measured, almost primeval authority. Its forked tongue flickers, sampling the air for the faintest trace of prey. This is the world's largest living lizard, a direct descendant of a lineage that once dominated prehistoric landscapes. Its hide is a tapestry of osteoderms, bony deposits embedded beneath the skin, offering formidable protection against rivals and prey alike. Armed with a venomous bite, serrated teeth, and immense jaw strength, the Komodo dragon is a master of ambush. It can subdue prey as large as deer and water buffalo, relying on patience, stealth, and a lethal combination of toxins and bacteria. Each calculated movement is a reflection of evolutionary mastery, honed over millions of years. Beyond the volcanic shores, the crystalline waters shelter another ancient sovereign. Green sea turtles, streamlined and graceful, navigate the ocean's currents with effortless precision. Their hydrodynamic shells and powerful flippers are the result of over 100 million years of adaptation, allowing them to traverse entire ocean basins and return unerringly to their natal beaches. On the seafloor, green turtles graze on dense meadows of seagrass, their beaked jaws cropping the blades with meticulous care. This grazing not only sustains the turtles, but also maintains the health and productivity of the seagrass ecosystem, preventing overgrowth and fostering biodiversity among countless marine species. Though separated by the boundaries of land and sea, both the Komodo dragon and the green turtle are reptiles, living vestiges of an era when their kind reigned supreme. Their anatomies are marvels of specialization. The dragon's robust limbs and muscular tail for terrestrial dominance, the turtle's streamlined form for aquatic endurance. The Komodo dragon absorbs the sun's energy atop rocky outcrops, fueling its ectothermic metabolism. In contrast, the green turtle ascends through shafts of sunlight to the ocean's surface, breaking the water's mirror to breathe and bask, synchronizing its rhythms with the tropical day. On land, the Komodo dragon's senses are exquisitely attuned, its vision sharp, its sense of smell acute, detecting carrion from kilometers away. It moves with stealth, blending into the tawny grasslands. In the open ocean, the green turtle's odyssey is guided by geomagnetic cues and celestial navigation, allowing it to cross vast, featureless expanses with astonishing accuracy. The Komodo dragon's predatory role is pivotal. By targeting the weak and diseased, it regulates prey populations, preventing overgrazing and sustaining the delicate balance of the island's ecosystem. Its presence is a keystone, shaping the very fabric of life on Komodo. In the marine realm, green turtles act as ecological engineers. Their persistent grazing prevents seagrass beds from becoming overgrown, ensuring sunlight penetrates to the seabed and nurturing a vibrant mosaic of fish, crustaceans and invertebrates that depend on these underwater meadows. Each species is a living chronicle of Earth's evolutionary saga. The Komodo dragon's vigilant gaze surveys a landscape forged by volcanic upheaval, while the green turtle's dawn emergence signals the start of another epic migration, an ancient ritual repeated for millennia. These ancient rulers are not merely survivors, they are custodians of evolutionary heritage. Their continued existence is a testament to the resilience and adaptability of life, persisting through epochs of change and upheaval. In the Komodo dragon's unyielding stare and the intricate time-worn patterns of the turtle's shell, we read the chronicles of adaptation, endurance and survival, stories etched across the ages in scales and bone. Together they embody the untamed spirit of Indonesia, a realm where ancient life flourishes amid a tapestry of volcanic peaks, emerald forests and vibrant coral seas. Their survival hinges on the preservation of their habitats, volcanic islands and coral-rich waters, where they fulfill irreplaceable ecological roles, shaping the destiny of countless other species. By safeguarding these ancient rulers and the wild sanctuaries they inhabit, we honour the enduring legacy of life on Earth, ensuring that Indonesia's natural wonders continue to inspire awe for generations yet to come. In the crystalline waters off Indonesia's sprawling archipelago, the world's largest fish glides with a serene, unhurried rhythm. The whale shark, a true gentle giant, moves just beneath the shimmering surface, its immense dappled body illuminated by shafts of sunlight that pierce the blue. Clouds of silvery baitfish swirl around its massive head, seeking shelter in its shadow. With its cavernous mouth agape, the whale shark filters thousands of litres of seawater every hour, drawing in dense clouds of plankton, copepods, and microscopic crustaceans that drift invisibly on the currents. Each slow, sweeping movement of its tail propels this colossal fish forward, its presence both commanding and peaceful. Every whale shark is adorned with a constellation of pale spots and stripes, scattered across its slate-blue skin in patterns as unique as a fingerprint. These intricate markings are not only beautiful but serve as a living record for marine biologists who photograph and catalogue each individual to track their movements across the vast Indo-Pacific. Through these patterns, scientists have begun to unravel the secrets of their mysterious migrations, revealing journeys that can span thousands of kilometres and lifespans that may stretch over a century. Sharing these nutrient-rich waters are the majestic giant manta rays, their wingspans unfurling to nearly 7 metres. With a gentle balletic undulation, they soar through the blue, their triangular pectoral fins slicing the water in slow, graceful arcs. The manta's cephalic fins, rolled out like horns, funnel rich streams of plankton directly into their cavernous mouths. Their movements are effortless, as if flying through a liquid sky, and their presence transforms the ocean into a living tapestry of motion and light. Manta rays are renowned for their intelligence and curiosity, often circling divers and investigating unfamiliar objects. They gather at underwater cleaning stations, coral bommies and rocky outcrops where swarms of clean wrasses and butterfly fish meticulously remove parasites and dead skin from their bodies. This symbiotic ritual is essential for the manta's health, allowing them to remain free from infection and glide effortlessly through the open sea. Even larger visitors traverse these Indonesian seas. The blue whale, the largest animal ever to exist on Earth, migrates through these deep blue channels. Its immense body, stretching over 30 metres, moves with a slow, deliberate power. As it dives, the blue whale opens its pleated throat, engulfing vast swarms of krill and seawater in a single, monumental gulp. The filtered water escapes through baleen plates, leaving behind a feast of tiny crustaceans that fuel its epic journeys across the world's oceans. These gentle giants are masters of filter feeding, perfectly adapted to harvest the ocean's smallest life forms. Their immense mouths and specialized filtering structures allow them to consume millions of plankton and krill each day, sustaining their massive frames. By regulating these populations, they help maintain the delicate balance of marine ecosystems, ensuring that the food web remains stable and productive. As they glide through dense clouds of plankton, their feeding shapes the very structure of the food web. By consuming vast quantities of these microscopic organisms, whale sharks and blue whales support countless other species, from tiny fish larvae to the predators that depend on them, weaving a complex tapestry of life beneath the waves. Their migrations are epic in scale, spanning thousands of kilometres and connecting distant coral reefs, open seas and deep ocean trenches. As they travel, these giants transport nutrients across vast distances, fertilizing marine habitats and linking ecosystems that would otherwise remain isolated. To witness a whale shark or blue whale in the wild is to experience the true scale and majesty of the ocean. Their immense forms move with a calm, unhurried power, embodying the mystery and wonder of the deep. In their presence, the vastness of the sea becomes tangible, and the intricate web of marine life is revealed in all its glory. Together, the whale shark, manta ray and blue whale represent the extraordinary diversity and abundance of Indonesia's marine realm. Each species plays a vital role. their lives intertwined with the health of coral reefs, open ocean, and the countless creatures that share these waters. Their continued survival depends on thriving oceans, vibrant reefs teeming with life, crystal-clear waters, and balanced food webs that support creatures at every scale. The health of these gentle giants is a reflection of the ocean's vitality. Protecting these gentle giants means safeguarding the intricate tapestry of marine life, preserving the habitats, food sources, and clean waters they depend on. Only then can future generations marvel at their presence and witness the wonders of Indonesia's underwater world. Their silent passage through the blue inspires awe, a living reminder of the ocean's grandeur and of our responsibility to preserve the wonders that lie beneath the waves. Beneath the crystalline waters of Indonesia, a vibrant underwater city flourishes. Here, coral reefs form intricate labyrinths, each crevice alive with a spectacular array of marine life. These reefs are masterpieces of evolution, where every organism has honed remarkable adaptations to survive and thrive in a world of constant change. The clownfish, adorned in vivid orange and white, glides effortlessly among the stinging tentacles of sea anemones. Its secret lies in a specialized mucus coating, a natural shield that allows it to seek refuge where few others dare, forging a partnership that is both ingenious and essential. In this symbiotic alliance, the clownfish becomes both caretaker and sentinel. It meticulously cleans the anemone, removing debris and parasites while bravely confronting intruders that threaten its host. This mutualism is a testament to the intricate relationships woven throughout the reef. Clownfish societies are governed by a strict hierarchy. When the dominant female disappears, the largest male undergoes a dramatic transformation, becoming female to preserve the group's structure. This extraordinary process, known as sequential hermaphroditism, ensures the continuity of their lineage. Nearby, seahorses cling to swaying seagrass, their bodies perfectly sculpted to mimic their environment. Their camouflage is so precise that they vanish into the tapestry of coral and grass, eluding both predators and the gaze of passing divers. In a remarkable reversal of roles, it is the male seahorse who nurtures the next generation. He carries fertilized eggs in a protective brood pouch, supplying oxygen and shelter until the young are ready to emerge, fully formed, into the bustling reef. Beyond the coral gardens, bottlenose dolphins glide through the open blue. These intelligent mammals hunt in coordinated groups, using sophisticated tactics to herd and trap schools of fish, demonstrating the power of teamwork in the wild. Dolphins communicate through a complex language of clicks and whistles, each sound carrying distinct meaning. With echolocation, they navigate and hunt, painting a detailed acoustic map of their surroundings and detecting even the faintest movements in the water. Across the reef, every inhabitant has evolved a unique survival strategy. Shrimp and gobies form alliances, warning each other of danger. Some fish blend seamlessly into coral or sand, while others gather in synchronized schools, confusing would-be predators with their unity. Life on the reef is a constant contest for space and resources. Yet, amidst fierce competition, cooperation flourishes. Defensive spines, cryptic coloration, and symbiotic relationships all contribute to the survival of these extraordinary creatures. The resilience of the reef depends on this intricate web of interactions. Diversity and collaboration are the pillars of its strength, enabling the ecosystem to recover from storms and disturbances and to persist through the ages. From the tiniest shrimp to the swiftest dolphin, every species is a vital thread in the reef's tapestry. Together, they create one of the most vibrant and productive ecosystems on the planet. Coral reefs serve as nurseries for countless young fish, providing shelter and safety as they grow. Their complex architecture also shields Indonesia's coastlines, absorbing wave energy and protecting communities from the power of the sea. The fate of these reefs is intertwined with the lives of all who depend on them. Their intricate connections sustain not only marine biodiversity, but also the livelihoods and cultures of coastal communities. By safeguarding Indonesia's reefs, we preserve a living legacy of wonder and abundance, a sanctuary of life that continues to inspire and sustain, now and for generations yet to come. Indonesia's rainforests are among the most biodiverse places on Earth, sheltering extraordinary creatures like the elusive Sumatran tiger, the critically endangered Javan rhinoceros, and the intelligent wild orangutan. These ancient forests have thrived for millennia, but today they face unprecedented threats that jeopardize their very existence. Each year, vast expanses of rainforest are stripped away to make room for palm oil plantations. Towering trees, some centuries old, are felled in a matter of days, leaving behind barren, scarred landscapes. Orangutans, sun bears, and countless other species are forced from their homes, wandering through the remnants of their shattered world in search of food and shelter. The loss of these forests not only destroys habitats, but also disrupts the intricate ecological balance that sustains life here. The relentless expansion of agriculture and infrastructure fragments the once continuous rainforest into isolated patches. Animals like the proboscis monkey become trapped in shrinking habitats, cut off from vital food sources and potential mates. As these populations become increasingly isolated, genetic diversity declines, making them more vulnerable to disease and environmental changes. Indonesia's rivers and coastlines are increasingly choked by plastic pollution. Sea turtles mistake drifting plastic bags for jellyfish, ingesting them with fatal consequences. Whales, too, wash ashore with stomachs full of debris, victims of a tide of waste that shows no sign of slowing. Toxic chemicals from industry and agriculture seep into waterways, poisoning fish, corals, and the entire aquatic food chain, undermining the health of both wildlife and ecosystems. Indonesia's coral reefs, among the most vibrant and diverse on the planet, are under siege from rising ocean temperatures and acidification. Bleaching events strip reefs of their colour and vitality, leaving behind ghostly skeletons and empty waters. As corals die, the countless species that depend on them for food and shelter are left adrift, threatening the very foundation of marine life. The illegal wildlife trade continues to devastate Indonesia's rarest species. Slow lorises are captured and sold as exotic pets, often suffering in cramped, unnatural conditions. Sumatran tigers are hunted for their skins and body parts, while rare birds are trapped and trafficked to collectors. Despite strict regulations, poaching and trafficking persist, pushing these iconic animals ever closer to extinction. Forest fires, frequently set to clear land for agriculture, rage through Indonesia's peat swamps and rainforests. These fires release vast clouds of carbon dioxide, fueling global climate change. Wildlife is forced to flee the flames, but many perish in the smoke and chaos. The destruction of peatlands, which store immense amounts of carbon, accelerates the loss of biodiversity and intensifies the global climate crisis. Every threat to Indonesia's natural paradise is driven by human demand. Palm oil is harvested for use in countless global products, Plastic is discarded without thought, and animal parts are trafficked for profit. Each act leaves a lasting scar on the landscape and its inhabitants, eroding the resilience of these ecosystems. As forests are felled and reefs are destroyed, the intricate web of life begins to unravel. The silence of empty forest floors and deserted coral reefs is a haunting reminder of the species that once thrived here, now lost or driven to the brink. Extinction is final and irreversible. The empty nest of an orangutan, the vanished silhouette of the Bali starling, and the bleached bones on the forest floor are stark reminders that once a species disappears, it is lost forever. These losses diminish not only Indonesia's natural heritage, but the richness of life on Earth. The decline of biodiversity sends ripples far beyond the animal kingdom. Rivers run dry, unable to sustain the forests and fields that depend on them. Crops fail as the land loses its fertility, and animals grow thin and weak as their habitats degrade. The health of the land, and the people who rely on it, is inextricably linked to the fate of its wildlife. Indonesia's natural paradise now stands at a crossroads. Pristine wilderness lies side by side with devastation, the boundary between hope and loss growing ever thinner. The choices made today will determine the fate of these irreplaceable landscapes. Yet hope endures. Every effort to protect a single tree, rescue a displaced animal, or restore a damaged habitat is a step toward recovery. Conservationists and local communities are working tirelessly to safeguard what remains and to heal what has been lost. The urgency to protect these wild places has never been greater. Healthy forests and thriving reefs are lifelines for countless species and for humanity itself. They regulate the climate, purify water, and provide food and medicine, supporting life far beyond their borders. The fate of Indonesia's wildlife and wild places rests in our hands. The decisions we make now will shape whether these wonders endure for generations to come or fade into memory. The time to act is now, before the silence of extinction becomes permanent. Indonesia's wildlife is a living archive of evolutionary marvels. Each species a product of ancient processes refined by millennia of natural selection. These rainforests, among the oldest on Earth, cradle a staggering array of life forms found nowhere else, their genetic diversity a reservoir of resilience and adaptation. Endemic icons like the Sumatran orangutan and Komodo dragon are not just rare, they are ecological keystones, their existence woven into the very fabric of these islands. Their extinction would sever unique evolutionary lineages, erasing millions of years of natural history and destabilizing entire ecosystems. The bird of paradise, with its elaborate courtship displays, and the critically endangered Javan rhinoceros, a relic of the Pleistocene, represent irreplaceable biological artistry. Each loss is not only a blow to biodiversity, but a permanent disappearance of scientific knowledge and ecological function. Indonesia's rainforests are dynamic engines of planetary health, generating oxygen, purifying water, and stabilizing the global climate. Their complex networks of plants and animals regulate nutrient cycles and sustain the intricate balance that underpins all terrestrial life. Mangrove forests act as natural fortresses, absorbing storm surges and preventing coastal erosion, while Indonesia's coral reefs harbour the planet's richest marine biodiversity, supporting intricate food webs and acting as nurseries for countless marine species. Orangutans, as masterful seed dispersers, drive forest regeneration, while sea turtles maintain the vitality of seagrass meadows, which in turn support myriad marine organisms. Each species is a vital cog in the machinery of its ecosystem, their roles irreplaceable. Protecting wildlife ensures the continuity of evolutionary processes, allowing future generations of animals to flourish and adapt. The survival of these young creatures is a testament to the resilience and promise of Indonesia's wild places. The archipelago's breathtaking vistas, from the emerald isles of Raja Ampat to the soaring flight of the hornbill, are living wonders that inspire scientific discovery and global admiration. These intact ecosystems are natural laboratories, revealing the secrets of adaptation, symbiosis and resilience. Restoration efforts breathe life back into degraded landscapes, re-establishing native flora and providing sanctuary for endangered fauna. Such actions rebuild ecological integrity, offering hope for species on the brink and restoring the natural processes that sustain life. The preservation of Indonesia's wild realms is a matter of planetary stewardship. These forests and reefs influence atmospheric circulation, sequester vast amounts of carbon, and serve as global biodiversity strongholds, their impact radiating far beyond their borders. Despite mounting threats, habitat fragmentation, illicit wildlife trade, and climate instability, conservation initiatives are reversing declines. Every sapling nurtured, every species shielded is a step toward ecological recovery and resilience. Our collective actions shape the fate of Indonesia's wildlife. By championing science-based conservation and fostering respect for nature's complexity, we can secure the survival of these extraordinary species for centuries to come. To protect Indonesia's wildlife is to safeguard the intricate mosaic of life. Each organism, each habitat, a vital strand in the web that sustains our planet's health and beauty. The urgency is undeniable. By acting now, we can ensure that Indonesia's wild legacy endures, its forests, rivers and reefs pulsing with life, a beacon of hope for the natural world. High above the tangled roots and shadowy undergrowth, the Indonesian rainforest canopy unfurls as a living mosaic, an intricate world rarely glimpsed by human eyes, yet perpetually alive with a chorus of signals and calls. Here, in the sun-dappled crowns, a hidden network pulses with astonishing complexity. Every branch and leaf becomes a conduit for communication, as creatures of every size transmit messages through a tapestry of sound, scent and movement, each adapted to the dense, layered world above. At dawn, agile gibbons launch their haunting songs into the misty air, their voices resonating across the treetops in elaborate duets. These melodic exchanges are not mere calls. They are declarations of territory, intricate affirmations of pair bonds and warnings to rivals, their harmonies travelling for kilometres through the humid morning. As the sun climbs, the gibbons' voices are joined by the relentless chorus of cicadas. These insects synchronize their calls with mathematical precision, creating a rising crescendo that signals shifts in temperature and humidity, and marks the passage of time within the forest's daily cycle. The vibrations from their bodies ripple through the air and even the tree trunks, forming a living metronome that guides the activities of countless other species. High above, the helmeted hornbill unleashes deep, resonant calls that reverberate through the dense foliage. These powerful sounds, produced by specialized throat sacs, can travel vast distances, announcing the bird's presence and dominance to unseen rivals and potential mates. The hornbill's call pierces the green labyrinth, a sonic beacon threading through layers of leaves and vines. Yet sound is only one dimension of this rainforest symphony. The canopy is alive with subtle cues, branches swaying, leaves trembling, and the faint rustle of wings, each movement a coded message in the language of survival. Flying lemurs or colugos glide silently from tree to tree, their membranous bodies catching the filtered light as they navigate the vertical maze. As they travel, they leave behind delicate trails of scent, chemical signatures that guide their young delineate territory and warn off intruders, invisible messages lingering long after the animal has vanished. On the lower leaves, minuscule frogs flash brilliant colours, their skin a warning and an invitation. Some species vibrate their bodies against the leaf surface, sending tremors through the vegetation. These seismic signals travel down to the forest floor, where potential mates or rivals can detect the subtle quivers, even when vision is obscured by dense foliage. Even the ancient trees themselves participate in this dialogue. Through their roots and leaves, they release chemical compounds, volatile organic signals that drift on the breeze or seep into the soil. These airborne messages warn neighbouring trees of approaching herbivores or signal distress, prompting a cascade of defensive responses throughout the forest. Flowers, too, join the conversation, releasing intricate bouquets of scent to attract pollinators, each fragrance tailored to the preferences of bats, bees or butterflies that visit under cover of darkness or in the heat of day. This web of communication, woven from sound, scent and movement, is the rainforest's lifeblood, ensuring that every species, from the smallest insect to the tallest tree, can find food, avoid danger and reproduce. When a clouded leopard prowls below, alarm calls ripple through monkey troops, each vocalization distinct. Some signal immediate danger, others summon allies, all contributing to a rapid, coordinated response. Moths and beetles hidden among the leaves release pheromones that drift invisibly through the humid air, guiding potential mates through the labyrinthine green. As dusk falls, fruit bats take to the sky, emitting ultrasonic squeaks that bounce off branches and fruit, painting a sonic map of the darkened canopy. Their echolocation guides them to night-blooming flowers, where they become unwitting pollinators, transferring pollen as they feed in the moonlit silence. Every message, whether sung, scented or signalled, shapes the rainforest's unfolding drama, orchestrating the daily lives of its inhabitants with astonishing precision. In this world, communication is not just a tool for competition, but a foundation for remarkable collaboration. Mixed-species foraging parties, mutual warnings, and shared resources all depend on the seamless exchange of information. Each droplet of dew, each lingering scent, and every note of birdsong is a thread in the living network that binds the rainforest's countless species together. This delicate balance sustains one of Earth's oldest and most complex ecosystems, where every signal, no matter how faint, plays a vital role. By attuning ourselves to the rainforest symphony, its layered calls, scents and vibrations, we begin to grasp the profound interconnectedness of life here. Each endangered species is both a participant and a guardian of this ancient dialogue, their survival intertwined with the fate of the forest itself. These conversations, refined over millennia, are the product of evolutionary ingenuity, complex, fragile, and irreplaceable. To protect Indonesia's wild places is to safeguard not only their breathtaking beauty, but also the intricate language of life that sustains them. For once silenced, this language, spoken in song, scent, and subtle movement, can never be restored, and the rainforest symphony will be lost forever. Across Indonesia, a chain of restless volcanoes rises from the earth, their fiery breath shaping the land and all who dwell upon it. Straddling the volatile Pacific Ring of Fire, this archipelago is home to the planet's greatest concentration of active volcanoes, each a crucible of creation and destruction. These towering giants are more than geological marvels. They are the architects of Indonesia's lush rainforests, their eruptions forging new landscapes from barren stone. On the slopes of Mount Bromo, plumes of steam rise from the earth, and ashen soils cloak the land in a ghostly veil, creating a world where only the most resilient can survive. Here, pioneer species, ferns, mosses and wiry grasses anchor themselves in the mineral-rich ash, their roots weaving through the remnants of ancient eruptions. Over years, these hardy plants transform desolate slopes into fertile ground, setting the stage for forests to reclaim the land, layer by layer. In this dynamic environment, life is in constant flux, adapting, recovering and thriving in the wake of fire. The Javan rusa deer emerge to graze on the tender shoots that flourish after each eruption, taking advantage of the land's renewal. Wild boar root through the ashen soil, uncovering bulbs and roots revealed by the ever-shifting earth. In the aftermath of cataclysm, crater lakes form, silent, enigmatic and brimming with life found nowhere else. Within the turquoise waters of Kelimutu, rare microorganisms flourish, thriving in chemical extremes that would extinguish most life. These microbes sustain a unique food web, nourishing specialized fish and aquatic insects that have adapted to these singular conditions. Birds are drawn to the volcanic slopes, their calls echoing across the steaming landscape. The black-winged starling finds sanctuary in lava tubes, nesting deep within the volcanic rock, shielded from danger. Raptors ride the rising thermals, scanning the trembling ground for the faintest sign of movement. Even the critically endangered barley miner finds a haven in the scrublands that fringe the volcanic peaks, clinging to survival on the edge. Though eruptions devastate, they also rejuvenate, each outburst breathing new life into the forests that cloak the slopes. Volcanic ash, rich in minerals, transforms the soil, nurturing both wild forests and the crops that flourish at the volcano's feet. Rivers redirected by lava flows give rise to wetlands, crucial sanctuaries for amphibians and migratory birds, each new habitat a testament to nature's resilience. On this ever-shifting ground, only the most adaptable endure, roots gripping ash, life persisting against the odds. Every species here is shaped by fire and ash, evolving to meet the challenges of a landscape in perpetual transformation. Indonesia's living volcanoes stand as monuments to nature's power and ingenuity, forever sculpting new worlds on the edge of fire. Beneath Indonesia's lush forests and towering volcanic peaks, a hidden world sprawls in utter darkness. A vast subterranean realm, teeming with life forms uniquely adapted to the absence of sunlight. Here, beneath the surface, evolution has crafted some of the planet's most extraordinary survivors. The islands of Indonesia are riddled with intricate limestone caves, secret tunnels, and winding underground rivers. These networks stretch for kilometers, forming one of the world's most extensive and complex subterranean systems. Water, filtered through porous rock, carves out new passageways each year, shaping a labyrinth that remains largely unexplored. Within these cool, echoing chambers, the air is thick with humidity and the scent of minerals. Sunlight rarely penetrates, but when it does, shafts of light reveal a world sculpted by time, stalactites and stalagmites rising like ancient monuments. In the inky pools, blind cave fish glide silently. Over generations, their eyes have vanished, replaced by heightened senses of touch and vibration. They navigate by detecting the faintest ripples in the water, moving with ghostly precision through the darkness. Their bodies are pale and translucent, shimmering under the rarest glimmer of light. Delicate fins and nearly invisible scales reveal adaptations honed for a world without sun, where energy is conserved and every movement is measured. Above the water, millions of wrinkle-lipped bats cluster on the cave ceilings. Their bodies form living clouds, pulsing and shifting with the subtle changes in air currents. The constant rustle of wings is the heartbeat of the cave. As dusk falls, these bats surge from the cave mouths in swirling streams, their synchronized flight painting the sky in undulating ribbons. Each night they embark on a vital mission, feeding on countless insects and pollinating tropical flowers, maintaining the delicate balance of the rainforest above. In the darkness, bats become silent gardeners and pest controllers. Their nightly journeys ensure the survival of countless plant species and keep insect populations in check, linking the hidden world below to the vibrant life above. Along damp cave walls, rare cave crickets and troglodytic spiders prowl. Their elongated legs and antennae are exquisitely tuned to sense the faintest vibrations, allowing them to hunt for tiny prey in total darkness. Each species is a marvel of adaptation, perfectly suited to its shadowy domain. Some pools shelter unique shrimps and snails found nowhere else on Earth. Isolated for millennia, these creatures have evolved in complete seclusion, surviving on the nutrients carried by underground streams and the slow decay of organic matter. Stalactites and stalagmites dominate the landscape, their forms shaped by centuries of dripping water. Each mineral-laden drop leaves behind a tiny deposit, slowly building these natural sculptures that tower in silent grandeur. Even in perpetual twilight, life persists. Mosses and fungi cling to damp rocks, breaking down minerals and organic debris. These humble organisms form the foundation of a fragile food web, supporting insects and other cave dwellers. The cave ecosystem is a masterpiece of balance. Each organism, no matter how small, plays a vital role in sustaining the whole. Yet this hidden kingdom is incredibly fragile. Above ground, human activity threatens this delicate world. Deforestation, mining and pollution disrupt the flow of water and introduce toxins, endangering the creatures that depend on pristine conditions to survive. Yet the resilience of subterranean life is astonishing. Against all odds, these species persist, adapting to new challenges and revealing the boundless ingenuity of evolution. In these silent, mysterious depths, Indonesia's biodiversity tells a story not only written in the canopy or on volcanic slopes, but also in the darkness below, where life in its most remarkable forms finds a way to endure. High above the shadowed forest floor, where sunlight weaves golden patterns through a tapestry of leaves, an extraordinary world unfolds, hidden from the eyes of those below. These are Indonesia's sky bridges, an elaborate living architecture of vines, branches and epiphytes seamlessly interlacing to form a vast network of aerial passageways. Here the canopy is not merely a roof, but a thriving superhighway connecting ancient giants across the rainforest expanse. The very air shimmers with vitality. Flecks of pollen, drifting spores, and clouds of insects animate the sunlit corridors, each particle a thread in the rainforest's intricate web of life. Agile flying squirrels, masters of aerial navigation, launch themselves into the void, their patagium unfurling to catch the wind. They traverse the chasms between towering trunks with effortless precision, bridging distances that would be impassable for most. Their landings are silent and exact, a vital adaptation for evading predators below. High in the canopy, they forage for succulent fruits and tender shoots, sustaining themselves in a world few ever glimpse. Orangutans, the contemplative architects of the treetops, move with deliberate, calculated grace. Each movement is a testament to their mastery of this vertical realm. Suspended by immense strength, they navigate these leafy corridors in search of figs and durian, rarely descending to the forest floor. Their lives are spent almost entirely in the embrace of the canopy. With every swing and every careful step, orangutans become gardeners of the forest, dispersing seeds that will one day rise as new giants, perpetuating the cycle of renewal. The canopy is alive with a kaleidoscope of birds, each species adapted to a unique niche within this vertical labyrinth. The iridescent paradise flycatcher darts through shafts of golden light, its elongated tail trailing like a silken banner, expertly manoeuvring through the dense foliage in pursuit of elusive insects. Hornbills, with their powerful wings and iconic casques, glide from branch to branch. Their resonant calls reverberate through the canopy, signalling territory and partnership in the green cathedral above. In tranquil moments, sunbirds hover at blossoms of orchids and bromeliads, their slender beaks delicately extracting nectar. In doing so, they pollinate flowers that bloom only in these sun-drenched heights, ensuring the next generation of rainforest flora. Yet the sky bridges are not reserved for the flamboyant. Countless camouflaged creatures, geckos, stick insects and leaf mimics, move in near invisibility, their survival dependent on blending seamlessly with the foliage. Minute tree frogs, scarcely larger than a thumbnail, cling to dew-laden leaves. Their permeable skin absorbs precious moisture from the morning mist, a lifeline in the elevated world above. Leaf-cutter ants, tireless engineers, traverse slender twigs in disciplined columns. They transport leaf fragments many times their own weight, constructing sprawling colonies that span from the forest floor to the highest canopy. Epiphytic ferns, mosses and orchids cloak every available surface, thriving without soil. They draw sustenance from rain and air, transforming bare branches into lush, living gardens. These botanical sanctuaries shelter a multitude of insects, beetles, butterflies and spiders, each playing a role in the delicate balance of this aerial ecosystem. The canopy is a multi-layered metropolis, each stratum supporting distinct communities of plants and animals, all interconnected in a dynamic web of life. Indonesia's sky bridges are more than mere passageways. They are living testaments to adaptation, resilience and symbiosis, where every organism is both architect and inhabitant. Every plant, every animal contributes to the equilibrium above, forging a delicate harmony where the rainforest meets the sky. In these elevated realms, we witness nature's ingenuity, life flourishing in the suspended world between earth and heaven, a masterpiece of evolution and interdependence. Beneath the emerald shadows and shifting light of Indonesia's rainforests, a silent art unfolds, an art honed over millennia, the art of invisibility. Here, every shaft of sunlight and every patch of darkness becomes a stage for nature's most elusive performers. This is the realm of camouflage, where survival hinges not on brute force or swiftness, but on the extraordinary ability to vanish into the living tapestry of the jungle. The forest floor, tangled with roots and littered with fallen leaves, conceals creatures whose very existence depends on remaining unseen. Among the mottled leaves and gnarled trunks, the leaf-tailed gecko is a true master of deception. Its body, flattened and fringed with delicate skin, mimics the rough texture of bark and the irregular outlines of lichen. Every contour of its form is sculpted to break up its silhouette, while subtle hues of green, grey and brown allow it to merge seamlessly with moss and lichen. Even its eyes, rimmed with cryptic patterns, vanish against the bark. Remaining utterly motionless, the gecko becomes indistinguishable from the tree itself, evading both sharp-eyed predators and the wary insects it hunts. As dusk descends and the forest glows with the last golden light, the gecko stirs. It glides silently along the bark, its movements slow and deliberate, stalking unsuspecting insects that never sense the danger lurking inches away. Elsewhere, the stick insect employs a different illusion. Its elongated, segmented body is the very image of a twig, complete with knobby joints and subtle colour gradations that mimic the rainforest branches. With each gentle sway, the stick insect mirrors the movement of the surrounding twigs, blending so perfectly that even the most attentive predator's gaze slides past it, mistaking it for lifeless wood. Some species are adorned with spines and bumps, their bodies rough and angular, transforming them into uncanny replicas of thorny branches, nature's own barbed wire. Others are painted in vivid greens, their slender forms merging with the tender shoots and fresh leaves, vanishing into the vibrant foliage with effortless grace. On the dimly lit forest floor, the Malayan horned frog is a living embodiment of dead leaves. Its body, broad and angular, is perfectly shaped to mimic the curled edges and pointed tips of fallen foliage. The frog's pointed snout and sharply defined ridges echo the contours of decomposing leaves, while its skin is mottled with intricate patterns of brown, ochre and muted gold. These subtle earth tones blend flawlessly with the detritus of the forest floor, rendering the frog nearly invisible to both predator and prey. Hidden in plain sight, the horned frog waits in absolute stillness, its patience rewarded when an unsuspecting insect strays within striking distance. Yet camouflage is not the exclusive domain of reptiles and insects. Across the rainforest, a multitude of creatures, from butterflies to amphibians, have evolved their own unique disguises. The Raja Brooks birdwing, one of the world's largest and most striking butterflies, conceals its dazzling emerald and black wings by folding them tightly when at rest. With wings pressed together, it transforms into a dark, unremarkable leaf, its vibrant colours hidden from view, safe from the eyes of hungry birds. Only when it takes flight does the butterfly reveal its true splendour, flashing iridescent green through shafts of sunlight in the rainforest understory. Even the tiniest inhabitants are masters of disguise. Minute insects and diminutive creatures cloak themselves in the textures and colours of their surroundings, vanishing into bark, moss and leaf litter. In Indonesia's coastal waters, the pygmy seahorse clings to the branches of coral-like sea fans. Its body is covered in tubercles and bumps, each one perfectly matching the coral's texture and colour. So precise is its mimicry that the seahorse becomes a ghost among the polyps, its presence betrayed only by the faintest movement, safe from the gaze of prowling predators. These hidden wonders reveal a profound truth. In Indonesia's rainforests, survival is an endless game of hide-and-seek, played out in silence and shadow. Camouflage is both shield and strategy, a living testament to evolution's quiet ingenuity, where every pattern and pigment is a carefully crafted defense. Each deceptive pattern, each ingenious disguise, tells a story of adaptation, written in the language of leaves, bark and shadow, and perfected by countless generations. In these hushed, mysterious corners, the rainforest's greatest secrets are kept, unseen by most, revealed only to those who look with patience and wonder. Beneath the towering giants and tangled vines of Indonesia's rainforests lies a universe in miniature, an intricate network of micro-ecosystems, each teeming with life too small for the casual eye to see. In the moist cradle of a single bromeliad's leaf, an entire aquatic community thrives. Tiny mosquito larvae, water beetles and microscopic crustaceans swirl through ephemeral pools, their delicate lives unfolding in droplets suspended high above the forest floor. These pocket-sized wetlands are nurseries and hunting grounds, where every drop of water becomes a stage for survival. On the forest floor, a fallen log transforms into a bustling metropolis. Fungi thread their way through decaying wood, sending out delicate mycelial networks that break down dead matter and recycle nutrients. Their fruiting bodies, from luminous mushrooms to intricate coral-like forms, erupt in bursts of colour after the rain, nourishing a hidden world of springtails, mites and beetles. Each inhabitant plays a role, decomposers, scavengers and predators, woven together in a silent, perpetual cycle of renewal. Within the bark of ancient trees, minuscule ants herd colonies of scale insects, harvesting sweet secretions in exchange for protection. Elsewhere, colonies of weaver ants stretch silken bridges between leaves, constructing complex arboreal fortresses that shelter larvae and eggs from the relentless humidity and opportunistic predators. These engineered realms, though measured in centimetres, are as fiercely defended and intricately organised as any city. Mosses and lichens cloak the trunks and branches in a living tapestry, creating microhabitats for even smaller denizens, tardigrades, rotifers and tiny spiders. Here, in the damp labyrinth of green, these resilient organisms endure extremes of moisture, temperature and light, quietly anchoring the rainforest's web of life. Each of these micro-ecosystems, invisible to most, is a testament to the rainforest's boundless complexity. From the water-filled hollows of epiphytes to the shadowy crevices beneath stones, every niche pulses with activity, interwoven with the greater forest above. In these hidden worlds, survival is measured not in size, but in adaptability and cooperation, a delicate balance that sustains Indonesia's rainforests from the ground up. To truly understand this ancient wilderness, we must look closer, for sometimes the greatest wonders are those that unfold in miniature, beneath our very feet. In the heart of Indonesia's wild realms, survival is rarely a solitary endeavour. Here, life flourishes through an intricate tapestry of symbiotic relationships, mutual dependencies woven so seamlessly into the landscape that they often escape notice, even as they shape the destiny of entire ecosystems. High in the rainforest canopy, the orangutan's gentle touch disperses seeds from the forest's ripest fruits. These seeds, carried far from their parent trees, find fertile ground and sprout anew, ensuring the forest's perpetual renewal. In return, the orangutan relies on the bounty of the forest for sustenance, its fate bound to the health of these very trees. On the forest floor, a rhinoceros hornbill and a fig tree engage in an ancient pact. The hornbill feasts on the fig's sweet offerings, but in doing so becomes the tree's unwitting ally, scattering seeds across the jungle. Without their feathered partners, the figs would struggle to reach new ground, while the birds would lose a vital food source. Beneath the surface, coral reefs are alive with cooperation. Tiny cleaner wrasses set up cleaning stations where massive groupers and sea turtles patiently wait their turn. The wrasses feed on parasites and dead skin, granting their clients relief while securing a steady meal for themselves. This silent exchange maintains the health of both fish and reef. Among the roots of mangroves, mudskippers and fiddler crabs share a world in flux, where land and water merge. The crabs aerate the mud, allowing mangrove roots to breathe, while mudskippers graze on algae, keeping the ecosystem in balance. Each species, in its own way, contributes to the health of the mangrove forest, a sanctuary for life at the water's edge. Even the tiniest denizens play their part. Leafcutter ants harvest fresh foliage, not for themselves, but to nourish underground gardens of fungus. In turn, the fungus becomes their primary food source. This mutual dependence creates a miniature world of cultivation and harvest, echoing the cycles of the greater forest above. From the soaring treetops to the shadowy depths, these alliances are more than mere survival strategies. They are the invisible threads that bind Indonesia's wild heart together. In a world where every life is linked, the story of one becomes the story of all. Through silent partnerships and shared destinies, Indonesia's wildlife reminds us in nature every connection matters, and together life endures. Across Indonesia's vast archipelago, time is measured not by clocks, but by the subtle rhythms of the seasons. Here the rainforest breathes to the pulse of the monsoon and the dry spell, each bringing a transformation as profound as it is silent. As the first distant rumbles of the wet season approach, the forest awakens. Heavy clouds gather above the emerald canopy, and the air thickens with anticipation. Soon rain cascades in warm torrents, drumming against ancient leaves. Streams swell and rivers overflow, carrying life-giving water deep into the heart of the jungle. Seeds, dormant in the dry months, now burst open, shoots reaching skyward, eager to claim their place in the sun-dappled understory. Ephemeral blooms unfurl, painting the dim forest floor with fleeting bursts of colour, attracting pollinators who seize the brief opportunity for abundance. With the rains come migratory visitors. Frogs emerge from their slumber, filling the night with their chorus. In the branches above, fruiting trees entice flocks of hornbills and troops of macaques, all feasting on nature's seasonal bounty. The rainforest, once hushed, becomes a living symphony of calls, rustles, and the ceaseless patter of rain. But as the monsoon fades and the dry season takes hold, a quiet transformation sweeps through the land. Streams recede, and the forest's green cloak thins. Trees shed leaves in a gentle shower, carpeting the floor in gold and brown. Underneath, seeds and insects lie in wait, sheltered from the sun's relentless heat. Many creatures adapt, some retreat into cool burrows, while others rely on stored reserves, their activity slowed to conserve energy. Yet even in scarcity, life endures. The towering dipterocarp trees synchronize their rare mass-flowering events with the dry winds, releasing cascades of pollen and seeds. Forest denizens, from tiny squirrels to majestic hornbills, gather in celebration of this periodic feast. These pulses of abundance and scarcity shape the lives and behaviours of every inhabitant, forging resilience and diversity. Through every shift in the weather, Indonesia's rainforests reveal their secret strength adaptability. Each leaf, each creature, is attuned to the cycles of rain and sun, scarcity and plenty. In this ever-changing world, survival is not about resisting change, but embracing it, moving in harmony with the ancient rhythmic breath of the seasons. Deep within Indonesia's tangled jungles, mist-draped mountains and secretive islands, a select few creatures walk the razor's edge between survival and oblivion. These are Indonesia's rarest treasures, species so unique, so exquisitely adapted that each is found nowhere else on Earth. In the shadowy undergrowth, the Sumatran tiger moves with silent grace, its amber eyes reflecting the dappled light. Fewer than 400 now roam the forests, their stripes blending seamlessly with the filtered sunbeams. Nearby, the Sumatran rhinoceros, smallest and most ancient of its kind, emerges from the thicket, its solitary journey marked by the gentle rustle of ferns. Each step it takes is a quiet testament to resilience against the odds. High in the canopy, the cries of the Javan gibbon echo, melancholic notes drifting across the morning mist. Their family bonds are as fragile as their dwindling habitat, every leap between branches a dance of hope. Along crimson riverbanks, the helmeted hornbill's striking casque glows in the filtered sunlight, a feature that tragically has made it a target, its numbers now perilously few. Beneath the emerald surface of remote lakes, the ancient awana glides, scales shimmering like precious metal. In the cool mountain streams, the barley starling flashes white amidst the foliage, a living jewel teetering on the brink of extinction. Each of these rare beings is a living story, shaped by millennia of evolution, and now, by the narrowest of margins, they persist. They are the heartbeat of Indonesia's wild places, the guardians of genetic wonders that cannot be replaced. Their presence is a reminder. Even in the most remote corners, life's greatest marvels are often those most at risk. As the camera lingers on their quiet moments, an alert gaze, a cautious step, a fleeting call, Indonesia's rarest treasures remain, for now, woven into the fabric of this natural paradise. Their survival is a silent plea, echoing through the forests and mountains, to endure, to thrive, and to remain part of the world's living legacy. Beneath the towering trees and vibrant canopies, another world thrives, one measured not in strides but in millimeters. Here, in the leaf litter and under the bark, insects reign as the unseen architects of Indonesia's wild heart. The camera follows a trail of army ants as they surge across the forest floor, their coordinated movements a living river of purpose. Each ant, a single unit in a vast collective mind, clears the path of debris and recycles nutrients back into the soil. In their wake, the forest breathes easier, nourished by the relentless energy of these tireless workers. High above, a weaver ant colony transforms slender branches into bustling cities. Their silk stitches leaves together, creating suspended nurseries that sway gently in the breeze. The ants patrol their territory with vigilant precision, defending their home and farming sap-sucking insects for sweet rewards. Their engineering, delicate yet resilient, supports entire micro-communities, providing shelter and sustenance for a multitude of forest dwellers. On the bark of ancient dipterocarp trees, jewel-toned beetles scuttle, their iridescent shells glinting like living gemstones in filtered sunlight. Some bore deep into the wood, breaking down fallen giants and returning their essence to the earth. Others, like the rhinoceros beetle, become miniature titans, their horned silhouettes locked in silent primal contests. Amidst the riot of blossoms, butterflies and moths flit from flower to flower, dusted with golden pollen. Each delicate landing sparks a chain reaction, pollinating rare orchids and fruit trees that feed the forest giants. Dragonflies dart over tranquil streams, their gossamer wings a blur as they hunt, keeping mosquito swarms in check and ensuring balance in the ecosystem. Termite mounds rise from the undergrowth like organic skyscrapers, complex and cool within. Inside, legions of workers break down tough plant fibres, turning dead wood into fertile soil. Their silent industry underpins the fertility of the rainforest, enabling trees to reach for the sky and sustaining the web of life above. In every corner, from the shadowy mangroves to the windswept mountain meadows, insects form the beating pulse of Indonesia's ecosystems. They are pollinators, recyclers, engineers and prey, each role vital, each life interconnected. Though small, their influence is immense, weaving the threads that bind the forest, river and reef into a living tapestry. Without these tiny architects, the grandeur of Indonesia's wild places would falter. Their unseen labour sustains the rarest treasures, the tallest trees, and the most elusive predators. In the quiet hum of their wings and the soft rustle of their passage, the true foundation of Indonesia's natural paradise is revealed. As the camera glides above emerald peaks and plunges into mist-laden valleys, a subtle transformation unfolds, one that cannot be seen in a single day or season, but is written in the language of time. Indonesia's rainforests, ancient and resilient, now face an invisible adversary: climate change. Mornings that once arrived shrouded in cool fog now break with unfamiliar warmth. The leaves of dipterocarp giants glisten not with dew, but with the sheen of drought. Rivers, once swollen with life, thread thinner between the roots, reflecting a sky more often cloudless and harsh. In this altered rhythm, the forest's pulse begins to falter. Camera cuts to a patchwork of browning ferns and wilting undergrowth. The once rich mosaic of foliage grows uneven as species finely tuned to steady rains struggle to adapt. Epiphytes, clinging to high branches, shrivel in the dry air, their colours fading. The chorus of frogs and insects, nature's nightly symphony, softens as some voices fall silent, unable to withstand the shifting patterns. A slow-motion shot reveals a flowering tree blooming out of season, its nectar unvisited. The usual pollinators, moths, butterflies, bees, are elsewhere, their life cycles thrown into disarray by unpredictable weather. In the absence of these tiny messengers, fruits fail to form, and the ripple of scarcity spreads upward through the food web. Lightning flashes in the distance, igniting a patch of dry forest. Flames race along the leaf litter, consuming old giants and saplings alike. Smoke coils into the canopy, blotting out the sun and blanketing the forest in a choking haze. Even after the flames die, the scars remain: charred trunks, exposed soil, and a hush where birds once called. Yet, amidst uncertainty, the rainforest endures. New shoots push through the ash, and resilient fungi knit the soil. Storms bring sudden torrents, and seeds, long dormant, awaken. But the balance is delicate. Each new drought, each unseasonal storm, tests the resolve of this living tapestry. The camera pans upward, revealing a patchwork landscape, some lush and green, others faded and thin. The story of climate change in Indonesia's rainforests is not one of sudden collapse, but of subtle unravelling. It is a story told in the resilience of the smallest fern, the silence of missing insects, and the shadows that lengthen as the balance shifts. In the heart of these forests, the future is being written, one leaf, one raindrop, one breath at a time, Beneath the mirrored surfaces of Indonesia's rivers and lakes lies a world rarely glimpsed, a realm where sunlight dissolves into shimmering gradients and life adapts in ingenious ways. The camera glides beneath tangled roots and waterlogged logs, descending into the cool, filtered twilight. Here, ancient river giants glide silently. The elusive giant freshwater stingray, its broad wings stirring silt in ghostly clouds, and the prehistoric-looking arapema, scales glinting like hammered bronze along its muscular flank. Shoals of rainbow fish flicker in and out of the dappled light, their iridescent bodies weaving intricate patterns through submerged forests of aquatic plants. Filigrees of green, hydrilla, hornwort, and the rare vallisneria sway gently in the current, sheltering tiny glass catfish that seem almost invisible except for the glint of their eyes. The camera lingers on a sunken tree trunk, where a school of betta fish, wild cousins of the famed aquarium species, guard bubble nests tucked among tangled roots. A slow-motion shot reveals a pair of dazzlingly coloured shrimp, their pincers delicately harvesting algae from river stones, while a predatory snakehead lurks in the shadows, its gaze unblinking and patient. Between the rocks, ancient armoured turtles rest, their shells mottled with lichen and time. In the deeper pools, the rare and cryptic freshwater jellyfish pulse gently, their translucent bells catching stray shafts of light. As dusk falls, the camera follows a chorus of croaking frogs and swirling insect larvae, hinting at the intricate food webs that sustain these hidden worlds. Life here is both fragile and fierce, adapted to cycles of flooding and drought, to water that sometimes runs clear as glass and at other times is clouded with the memory of distant storms. In these veiled depths, every crevice shelters a story of survival, of transformation, of an aquatic kingdom as rich and mysterious as any rainforest above. The surface ripples and the scene fades, reminding us that Indonesia's wild heart beats not only in the treetops, but in the secret, silent waters below. Long before the first roots gripped volcanic ash, before coral reefs crowned the shallows, Indonesia's islands were sculpted by forces deep within the earth. The camera sweeps over churning ocean trenches and then dives beneath the crust, revealing a slow-motion ballet of tectonic plates in perpetual motion. Molten magma surges upward, splitting the seabed and giving birth to newborn islands in fiery eruptions, each a fragment of Earth's restless heart. Time accelerates. Mountains rise in jagged procession, cloaked in clouds and rain. Lava flows cool into fertile soils, their minerals destined to nourish forests yet to come. Submerged ridges and sunken plateaus tell the story of vanished continents, remnants of ancient Sunderland and Sahul, once joined, now separated by the deep blue of the Java and Banda seas. Aerial shots glide over today's archipelago, over the emerald arc of Sumatra, the volcanic spine of Java, and the dramatic peaks of the Lesser Sundas. The camera lingers on the craters, calderas and black sand beaches, silent witnesses to cataclysms that shape not only the land, but the evolution of every creature that calls it home. In the shadows of these ancient volcanoes, rare orchids cling to rocky slopes and endemic birds soar through mist-shrouded valleys, their very existence tied to the island's fiery origins. Even the hidden freshwater realms below, rivers, lakes and subterranean caves, owe their shape to these primeval collisions, fractures and flows. As the sun sets, the islands glow with the memory of their creation. Indonesia's wild heart, it becomes clear, is not just a matter of life, but of the land itself. Born of fire, shaped by water, and forever in motion. From the smouldering summits of volcanoes to the labyrinthine roots of mangrove forests, Indonesia's wild realms are not isolated wonders, but threads woven into a single, living tapestry. The camera glides over mountain ridges, where rain-laden clouds form and spill their life-giving water down steep slopes. Rivers emerge, carving valleys and carrying volcanic minerals, enriching the lowland forests below. In these lush canopies, fruits ripen, dispersed by hornbills and fruit bats, each journey fueling new growth far from the parent tree. The lens follows the journey of a single drop of rain, meandering through tangled jungle streams, nourishing amphibians and insects whose songs fill the air. Downstream, these waters swell into mighty rivers, threading through peat swamps and floodplains, sustaining rare fish, water-dwelling orchids, and the elusive Sumatran tiger who drinks at dawn. As freshwater meets salt, mangrove roots cradle juvenile fish, crabs, and shrimp, nurseries for the creatures that will one day migrate into the open sea. Here, the camera dives below the surface, revealing how coral reefs, fed by nutrients from distant forests, pulse with colour and life. Sea turtles glide between reef and seagrass meadow, linking ocean to land with every nesting season. Above, clouds drift from sea to summit, carrying moisture that will again fall as rain, a cycle unbroken for millennia. Every ecosystem, forest, river, reef and mangrove, depends on the others. When one falters, all feel the tremor. The camera pans wide, stitching together volcano, forest, river and reef, revealing Indonesia not as a collection of islands, but as a vast, interconnected web of life. Here, survival is not a solitary quest, but a symphony of cooperation, competition, and balance, a great tapestry forever in the making. As dawn breaks over the emerald expanse, the camera soars above the mist-shrouded treetops, unfolding a vision of what lies ahead for Indonesia's rainforests. Here, in the hush before the world awakens, the forest breathes, a living promise poised between peril and possibility. Zooming in, the lens lingers on a single seed, drifting downward, carried by the wind from the canopy's heights. It lands in a patch of dappled sunlight, where the soil is rich and undisturbed, a silent testament to untouched wilderness. This is where renewal begins, as roots anchor and shoots rise, echoing the resilience woven through every corner of the archipelago. The camera glides through corridors of ancient trees, their trunks wrapped in moss and epiphytes, a living archive of centuries past. In the shadows, saplings push upward, their fate uncertain, but their potential immense. Overhead, the forest's architects, birds, bats and insects, continue their tireless work, scattering pollen and seeds, forging the next generation of life. As the film transitions, subtle changes unfold. A gap where a giant once stood, now bright with pioneer species. The forest responds with quiet determination, each organism playing its part in the healing. The lens follows the slow reclamation of abandoned clearings, where vines reclaim bare earth and fungi break down the fallen, returning nutrients to the cycle. Across riverbanks and peat swamps, the camera captures the pulse of restoration, seedlings planted by wind, water and wild hands, weaving green threads through landscapes once scarred. In the mangroves, new roots knit the shoreline, holding earth against the tide and sheltering the next wave of life. The future here is not fixed, but alive with possibility. The forest whispers its own solutions, resilience in diversity, strength in connection, hope in the smallest seed. As clouds gather and rain falls anew, the great tapestry of Indonesia's wild heart continues to evolve, shaped by challenges, sustained by the quiet persistence of nature. In this unfolding story, every new leaf and rising tide is a promise that if given the chance, these ancient forests will endure. The camera lingers on a young tree, its branches reaching skyward, a symbol of tomorrow, rooted in the wisdom of the past, and reaching for a future still being written beneath Indonesia's boundless canopy.